This video is the next in a series of sculptures that I've been doing based on polyhedra. I started out by cutting a whole bunch of segments and made some segmented rings. I glued all the pieces and then clamped them with rubber bands. I like rubber bands because they're very versatile. I let the glue dry overnight and then put them on the coal jaws just to flatten the surfaces. Once I turned the surfaces flat, I then sanded them to make sure they were 100% flat. I glued them together into groups of 3, making a total of 12 blanks. Again, using rubber bands to clamp them together. I spent a lot of time waiting for glue to dry. So I put the blank in the coal jaws and then turned one side circular so I can get a better grip on it with the coal jaws. My intention is to make a ring, so I turned one side using a cardboard template to ensure a circular shape. Once the sanding was done, I glued it to a waste block that already had a tenon turned on one side. Then I remounted it into my jaws on my chuck to turn the other side. I just removed it with a rubber mallet. Luckily the pine 2x4 is softer than the hardwood, so if the wood splinters it comes off of the 2x4 instead of my workpiece. So I just used a chisel to remove the excess glue and then sanded it smooth. So I figured out my math on a post-it note. I have to make 5 evenly spaced bevels at a certain angle. So I marked the spots on the rings, and then I cut a couple of wedges on the miter saw in order to make a jig so I can sand the bevels at the right angle. I just used CA glue to attach my jig to my sanding platform and sanded the bevels. I'm doing all of this by eye. Once I had my bevels made, I drilled holes, again by eye, using the drill. I didn't show it on camera, but I accidentally drilled through my rings in a couple of places. I had some oak dowels that I got from the hardware store. I just cut into the right lengths. It was kind of difficult to go together. Because I did it by eye, my holes weren't 100% accurate. You can still see some of the dowels that come through because the rings don't go completely together. But regardless, I think it turned out pretty cool. Hopefully you'll keep watching for more cool projects from Cammy's Garage.